Hi, everybody. Welcome to Night Vision, the podcast where we bring the UCF clubs to you. My name is Antonio, and today we are joined by Her Campus. Hey, everybody. Hi. Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Now, everybody, put on your Night Vision goggles, and let's get to know Her Campus. Can you please introduce your names and your pronouns for us, please?
Hi, so I'm Kayden. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the vice president of Her Campus.
Hi, I'm Dayna. My pronouns are also she, her, and I'm the president of Her Campus.
Hi, I'm Emmy. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the editor-in-chief of Her Campus.
Awesome. So lovely to meet you all. Now, to start with our first question, tell me a little bit about Her Campus. What is Her Campus?
Take it away.
Take it away, recruitment manager.
So we're an online magazine-style blog where our writers get to write sort of about whatever they want, from politics to culture to entertainment to college, campus, career, anything of that sort. We have around 70 writers right now that get to write on our diversity. But we also have a bunch of other teams. So we have our social media team that focuses on video content, our graphic design team, which also has marketing, is recruitment, that goes back to social, and photography.
And events.
And events.
Well.
I was like,
yes.
Forgetting something.
Yeah, so it's in total 4 committees. So we have editorial, events, social media, and marketing.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So from my understanding, Her Campus is like a national sort of organization. And then you guys are the UCF chapter of
Correct.
it?
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
Cool.
Yes.
So then you organize yourself into 4 different, would you refer to them as?
Committees.
Committees. Okay. And so how did this all get started here at UCF?
Well, it's been around for about 15 years now. Yeah. It got started in 2011.
Whoa.
And we actually had a chat with the original founder, who was the founder and the original editor-in-chief of Her Campus UCF, because she reached out to us in the beginning of the semester wanting to do an event with us. So we hopped on a call with her, me and Kayden, and she was like, I just saw it, like, Her Campus as the company, because it is a national organization, was just advertising it. So she was like, there's not a UCF chapter, let me start one. And then she did. So that's how it got started there. But yeah, it's been around for, like I said, 15 years, and I think it's going pretty well. It's been kind of an established RSO here at UCF.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the students who are joining, they're able to write stories about whatever it is they want that sort of like falls into different like categories. Tell me a little bit more how that works.
So we have, it's such a variety. So we have 4 chapter editors that focus on culture and entertainment, politics and national news, wellness and lifestyle, and campus and career. So typically they fall under those categories, and we go through and they get to pick about different choices. So we have everything from, I know personally I've written an article about Sex and the City and how much I enjoy it, to we have a bunch of breaking news articles about ICE, about Kate Bennett, who's been on campus. Yes. So everything from sort of whatever you want, and it can be a creative outlet in a sense. Literally today I just published one about a recipe for potato soup.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yes. Love that. I'll read that later.
And it sounds really good. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, awesome. I'll read that too later. Awesome. So it seems like this is an opportunity for students who want to get maybe more experience in writing to sort of contribute to this blog, but also by the sound of the other committees, there's also events and like marketing opportunities for students.
Yeah, so you don't actually have to be a writer to join. I mean, obviously it's an option, but the other committees are also open to everyone as well. So like I said, it was marketing, and under marketing, it's recruitment, photography, and then graphic designers. And then there's events, which are like the event planners for every event that we plan. And then the other one is social media. So there's social video creators and social media creators. So yeah, they can join like any committee that they want. They can also be in multiple, actually. We have a couple that are both writers and also like on social media, or on writers and also designers. So it can really be, there's a couple like restrictions on it just because like our meeting times. But yeah, they can be part of anything they want.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So it's structured through those 4 different committees.
Correct.
And then is there like a president or like a leader for each of the committees?
Yes, there is. Yes. Do you want to explain?
Yeah. So we have like director roles. So we have a marketing director, social media director, event director, and then we have like leadership roles under that. So like photography coordinator, recruitment manager, social video and social media managers. And
chapter editors, I think, would also fall under
chapter
leadership.
editors, like that's under leadership too.
Yes.
Awesome. And then as for the events, what type of events do you put on?
Do you want to talk about it?
Okay, so we do internal and external events. Internal events are just within the club, so you have to be a member to attend them. And those are just like bonding moments. Like we had Galentine's, and I think
really
that was
fun.
one of our like best events we've done. We had How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days playing. We had like a little snack bar, photo station, bracelet making, and then we do external events. So events like for the campus, for everyone. And we also did Match Made with a Book recently.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So it's like blind date with a book, but they were like matchbook inspired, like decorations.
Yeah.
So anyone could come up and like buy a book, buy stickers, and yeah.
Yeah, and for our events, we have like our two biggest ones of a semester. In the fall, we have Career Week, which is open to anyone at UCF. Typically has our campus alumni and other professionals in the Orlando area to help train and get people ready for the real working world.
Yep.
And then our internal event in the spring is Banquet. So it's just to celebrate all of our accomplishments throughout the year.
Yep. And that's what we're currently planning. So it's a big one. It's a big one, but yeah, it's
Wow.
really fun.
Wow, that sounds really, really cool.
Yeah.
So what was your guys' favorite event you've been to in the past? What would you say?
That's such a good question.
Can I say Banquet from last year?
Yeah, Banquet.
Last year's
Last
Banquet.
year, we're at the same venue again for this year. It's a great Southern Box Hall, beautiful venue. But last year it was like garden party themed. So we were outside and just everyone's dressed up so nice, and we gave awards. We had great food. And then this year, can I say what it is?
Yes, you can.
This year's Bridgerton theme. So like masquerade.
yeah.
Yes.
good.
Diamond of the Ball.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing a whole
A
lady
whole
disc
whistle down.
thing.
Yes.
Really?
It's gonna be like a little mystery.
Oh, that's
Yes.
awesome.
It's really cool. Yeah, that's a good event. What was your favorite?
I actually think my favorite, I know this was probably our most stressful event to plan, but we did for our career week last semester in the fall, we did sort of like speed and networking.
Yes.
So we had
Ooh.
around, 12 or
I think it was 12.
12
yeah.
12
professionals.
professionals come in, and each of our members would get around 3 minutes or so to talk to each professional, and it was everybody from career. So we had some of our journalism professors come. We had the guy who runs Old Town in Kissimmee,
Rafe.
Oh.
Rafe. We had social media content creators throughout Orlando. So we had just so many amazing people that even if I wasn't just in that career, it was still so great to talk to them and be able to network and now have those LinkedIn connections.
Yes.
They're really good connections. I say that was probably my favorite one because, like Emmy said, it was so difficult to plan because it was our first time doing that. Because usually for Career Week, it's kind of a legacy event that was started by one of our previous members. So there's a couple events that like we do every year and we know how to go about coordinating it. But this one was completely new. So we started planning it in June. Me and Emmy were studying abroad in Barcelona, and
Oh my
literally we had
goodness.
started planning it from then. So it was super hard to plan, but it was amazing. Like just the positive feedback we received from all the professionals was amazing. All of our students got to connect with them, and like I said, get a bunch of LinkedIn connections, talk to them, even if they were in different fields. So it was a really, really good event, and we really enjoyed it. And yeah, we had people from like Universal. We had people from we had our advisor who works in the ad PR program here. So many cool people. So it was really, really fun.
Nice. It seems like it was really rewarding.
Yes,
so
it was.
Even though it was a lot of hard work, like
It's
it
always
was worth
rewarding.
it.
Yes.
That's how her campus feels.
Yeah.
Even though it's a lot of like hard work behind the scenes,
Oh, yeah.
like we love it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like we're obviously a fun club, but we're also a portfolio building club. We're there to help you, and we want to help you succeed in your future endeavors.
Yeah, which is really important for students. Like
Absolutely.
it sounds like you're able to join her campus and sort of leave the experience with things for your portfolio, either
Yes.
like whether it's written pieces or maybe you're more on like the marketing team. So you got like, marketing materials
Like
or like photos
graphics,
you
photo
take.
shoots.
Yeah, cool stuff like that. And then maybe if you're into like the more event planning side or like logistical side as well, that's some great experiences there. So something for every type of student.
Exactly.
That's
Literally,
awesome.
As a pre-med, that's why I'm here. Like, I
Oh
just
yeah.
dabble
So
in a bit of everything.
why were you interested in her campus as a biomedical sciences student?
Yeah. So I joined as a writer just because like I love writing. I wanted to just get involved. And then they opened a secretary position. And I was like, man, I really like this club. Let me work my way up. And so I just started writing like silly little articles on like random stuff and learned more about the editorial process. And then with secretary, you like kind of have your hands in like every pot, and then I love that, and I'm very vocal and like want to speak up about my ideas and like how the club should succeed. And now I'm here as VP.
As V Prezi.
As
Be
V
Prezi.
Prezi. Absolutely. I love that. What's a favorite article that you've either written or read through her campus?
I've written less. Like she, like
Yeah, I was
Emmy,
gonna
like
say,
is
Emmy.
on top of her goal. I did the bare minimum, which was like 2 articles a month. That's what our writers are expected to do. I think one of my favorite was the Tate McRae article I wrote about her and her drama with Kid Laroi. So I like broke down the songs and like the meaning between the lyrics and how they were like directly referencing each other.
Oh yeah, boots on the ground journalism.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mine, I guess, would have to be, it's probably one of my most personal pieces on the website, but it's called I Made Him a Spotify Playlist, so yeah, I'm screwed. And so it was about the beginning of my relationship and how I was like, well, I guess I'm getting into a new one, and how do I even feel about that? So trying to connect with other women at UCF.
Wow, what a connecting, powerful title that is. That's such interesting. I would love to read that actually. Very interesting. Do you have a favorite?
I've never actually written because I started as a graphic designer, but I will say I think one of my favorite designs that I've ever made, I think it was actually probably my first one. We did a campaign with Prada my first semester.
Ooh.
And because that's something else we do is brand campaigns, and we'll get into that later. But so I made a graphic just kind of promoting this event we were having with Prada. It was a Prada picnic, I think is what it was called. And I made a graphic for it, and I really like how it looks. I still look back at it and I'm like, oh, that was my first graphic. So yeah, that was my favorite.
Beautiful. Yeah. Wait, so now tell me about those brand campaigns that you just mentioned.
Yeah, so the brand campaigns are something that is actually done for every Her Campus chapter. It's called Sampling Squad, which is its own kind of organization. And so the campaigns that we mostly do are organized by Her Campus Nationals themselves. So they reach out to the brand, they kind of formulate a gifting opportunity the same way you would do for an influencer, but obviously more large scale because it's an organization. And so they kind of organize it themselves, and they send us an application for it, and then we apply for it as a club. And so there are actually statuses for each chapter at the university. So we are an elite level chapter, which means we get a little bit of priority over some of the campaigns that we get. It just means that we have a higher standard for content, and we have a lot of members as well. There's a certain member count we need to meet for that. So yeah, they send us the application, and once we get it, we get free products. We get over, I think it's usually around 200 samples. Sometimes we get a full size version of whatever the products may be. And then what we do is then we go in and create content. So our social media teams, our marketing teams are all working full time, not full time, but they're on it, planning all this stuff. And then same with our events. They also plan events surrounded those campaigns. And then I think Kayden mentioned this earlier, we do photo shoots for each one as well. And so that's kind of an extra creative thing we like to do because our photographers are amazing and we want them to get experience in that way. So yeah, we usually do it that way. And then there are opportunities externally that we sometimes reach out to brands and be like, hey, you should send us some stuff. We can make some cool content for you. So sometimes that happens too. We did that at our last banquet. We had Bubble products and we had Avatar products at our last banquet.
Wow.
Literally they were free for everyone. So yeah, it's a big part of what we do. That's a lot of what our social media focuses on. It's not just Her Campus recruiting and promoting our articles is obviously super important, but it's also creating that content and being able to give our members a portfolio that literally includes brands, working with brands directly. So that's a really cool part of it.
That's really cool. I had no idea.
It's awesome. Yeah, that's actually what first drew me to the club because I think I went to an interest meeting and they were handing out I think it was It was Fenty mascara, and I was like, if this club has free stuff, I'm joining it. And not only is it obviously great for your career, but I was like, they're giving out Sun Bum, they're giving out Fenty.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah.
Wow. So you have interested students, you're sharing about the club and all of what you do. You have interested students. How do they join? How do they get involved?
Great question.
So I would say the beginning of every semester we have an application period, and it usually closes at the end of the first week or the second week of school. And all of our applications, we always have them on our link tree when they're open. They're not open right now just because we're in a working semester. But yeah, they open at the beginning of every semester.
Do you also hire every semester for those director positions, or is that for a year?
It kind of depends on just what exec, just our needs for exec. So for example, someone's graduating, obviously yes, we're going to open it up, but usually it is the full year. They have that position for the full year unless something comes up, So it's usually mostly just applications for roles, but every single committee has their own application. It's based on each role, and it is application based just because we want to have we don't want to have too many members. It's always we want to control how many members we have because if we have more, that puts more on us as exec.
Sure.
It's a lot of people to manage. So, yeah.
Got it. So what types of positions do you allow to be applied for? Is it literally for the committee?
Yes.
Say marketing committee?
Yes.
Okay, and then
literally.
You get put into something beneath that? Or how is it sort of organized or structured?
So I would say with marketing specifically, because there's 3 mini teams under it. So it's that photography, graphic, and recruitment. So you'll apply specifically for that mini team. You don't apply for marketing and we're okay, we think you go here, you go there.
Yeah.
Got it.
You're applying for your specific role. And like Emmy was saying, in your application, it's literally create a graphic for this campaign, or for editors. Here's an article. edit it. Like,
okay.
so you'll know what you're expecting going into that role.
Yeah, and every club, like, we have different things. Like, I open up writers, staff editors, senior editors, and chapter editors. So they all 4 have different applications they must complete, just so that I'll be able to see their skill set and what we're going to take into the upcoming semester.
Nice. Okay, and so for that editing application, it's literally like a piece of writing and like go and edit this.
Yeah, for chapter editors, they have to edit 4, senior editors 3, and staff editors 2, and they get more difficult.
Interesting.
As you increase.
It's a little challenge. I like that.
Wait, do you write the articles?
I take them from other Her Campus articles, and then I mess them all up.
Okay.
But I have to make sure that I give myself a key because last semester I made the chapter editor application and I messed them all up, and then I couldn't remember what I messed up. So then I had to go edit them.
Right.
And then go.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well,
That's
yes.
funny.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
learned.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
And then for applying to be a writer, is that like submitting a writing sample?
Yes, so we have you actually submit concepts for each 4 of the sections. So culture, politics, wellness, campus, and career. So you submit a headline and a brief description of each of them. And then you pick your favorite and you write around a 500-word article to submit.
That's beautiful. Awesome. So now I want to ask more about your experience with Her Campus as a club. What has been your favorite part of this experience being involved with Her Campus? What's like a memorable experience you've had?
I would say definitely just meeting so many like amazing people, because I think that was what I wanted going into it, was like wanting to meet so many people that are like-minded but also very different. You know, they have like a different major or have different interests, and that's really what I wanted. I think that's exactly what we offer. So yeah, that's definitely my favorite part, just meeting these amazing girls, and all of Exec, like literally all of Exec and everyone in the club is just so nice, and it's been amazing to experience that.
Well, I am a transfer student, so I spent my first year of college at FSU, and
Welcome.
not to hate on Her Campus at FSU, but I actually wasn't accepted there, and they have a much different running system. Kayden, I started as a writer, and then I actually decided to join and apply to be recruitment manager. And within that, I got my first exec board position, had to actually run events, which was crazy. I've never done that before. And I found such a love within doing that, found out I had a skill set in doing that, and then found my best friends through it all. And now we're here.
That's awesome.
Well, I fear I do most things in life as like a YOLO. Like really think about like there was never like, oh, I need to join this or I'm joining this looking for this. It was just like, I like writing, let me try it out.
Yeah.
And like I've always said I wanted to pursue something in writing. So this was like just a way to do it with like low stakes. And then somehow along the way, like I really don't know how I ended up here. Like it's genuinely just such a blessing because like Emmy said, like these girls have like been there for me through it all. And I've genuinely met like some of my best friends, like both on exec, but also just with our members too.
Yes.
Like I love all of our girls and seeing them thrive in their own different committees. It's just it's always like just a fun time. Like
really
it's
is.
really not serious except when I'm serious.
Yeah, and then I like getting you were saying. I feel like I like have a personal connection with like most of them in the club,
Yes.
especially as recruitment manager. My recruitment girls were like my babies,
Yes.
and now my writers are my babies. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, like we feel like mama birds.
We
Yes.
do, yeah. Back when
Aw.
I was marketing director, like marketing and social director, those were my babies, and now everyone's my baby because everyone, like, I have a really close connection. I recognize all the names. If I see them out
Yes.
in the wild, I'm like, that girl's in Her Campus. She's one of mine.
Like you're my grand
Like
little.
literally,
Yes.
exactly, yeah. So
And
Aw.
like we have a mentor-mentee program too, so it's
Really?
like we get to help other like new coming members, and even if you're not like their main mentor, you still get to know them and like help them out. And so it's just so fun.
We just had a PowerPoint night for our
Yes,
mentor
we
mentee
did.
program. It was so cute, and just getting to see all the newbies' little faces and like learn more about them, and then me and Kayden getting to grill them on 20 billion
Yes.
questions was
yes.
amazing.
It was awesome.
That sounds like it's so beautiful that you're able to cultivate such an inclusive and like safe space
Yeah.
It is,
for
yes.
for these women like here at this campus. Why do you feel like it's so important to continue cultivating this like safe space where you can uplift and support women and especially like their stories here at UCF?
Yeah.
Like why do you find like such a connection or like an importance with that?
It's so important. I think especially now with everything that's happening, it's, you know, not to get into that, but everybody knows, you know what I mean? And so I think sometimes the vibe can be a little off on those gloomy days. And for me, her campus has always been a very much of like an escape. Like even when I started out, it was always like my favorite thing I was looking forward to each week. Like going to the meetings, getting to talk to everybody, learning what our next campaign was, like getting an assignment. That was always my favorite part. And I think that's definitely our goal, is to just create a safe space for everybody to just feel welcome and to not only build their portfolios, but just, have a fun time with everyone. So that's really, I think it's super important. It's always just been so helpful for me with anything going on in my life. I know that I can always fall back on her campus and the positivity,
That's incredible.
Yeah. And one thing I do want to clarify, we're called Her Campus, but like we're open to everyone. Yes, men can apply.
Yes.
Like
So it's women inclusive, not women exclusive.
Exactly.
Yes.
There you
Exactly.
go.
I like that.
That's a good way to describe it.
I would say, too, I think in the media world, especially of everything that Her Campus focuses on, it's hard, but in other clubs and other places, to not make it feel so competitive and like you're competing against each other. Her Campus, it feels like we all have our own goal, our own life, and we're trying just to uplift each other and help each other get there. I've never once been put down by another Her Campus girl. I've always been helped through Kendall helping me with my internship applications, or Raya giving me ideas. It's like everybody's always there to help bring each other together. We literally have an opportunities channel on Slack so that everyone can drop opportunities for everyone to go and apply and get that opportunity.
Yes, I just sent one out today, actually. I got reached out to about an internship, and I was like, if y'all want it, apply for it, So that's something we definitely try to do,
Well, it sounds like you guys are doing an amazing job at, like, really cultivating this, like, this inclusive and helpful and supportive. Like, we're all here to help each other out. Like, we just want to do what we want to do in this world, and, like, whether that's writing or marketing, and you get, like, even, I just want to, like, write a short story, like, help me edit it, like, help me get this, like, story to completion. That's so lovely. Yeah. That sounds really, really cool. Yeah. I do want to ask, where do you see Her Campus here at UCF going in the future?
So we're going to dominate the world.
Here's our plan.
World takeover, world domination. Okay, but on a serious note, I was telling Dayna this earlier. I was like, I would love it if people are like, I want to go to UCF for their Her Campus chapter. Like comparing it to like people who are like, oh, my mom was in this sorority. I want to go to that chapter specifically. Like I would love if people are drawn to UCF for our chapter.
Yes. That's definitely the goal, because, I totally agree. I think with all of the years we've been trying to, not that we've been here, like, that long, but, and the legacy that Her Campus has left, I think we just want to make sure that continues and make sure that everybody knows that it's an inclusive space, especially if you're in the media world. Because, like Emmy said, it can feel very competitive and feel very daunting, especially when you're just starting out. So I think it's a very good, like, also just, like, entry-level kind of club to join if you just want to get more experience.
I feel like personally for EIC, too, I really want to be able to have Her Campus be a place that you want to go to read, that you want to go to find out the news or what's going on in the entertainment world. I want you to look at Her Campus at UCF to be an outlet for you.
Yeah. I see the stories like come onto my social media sometimes, like friends that I know who are part of Her Campus, they like post the stories that they've written like on their story, and I'm like, I do want to read about this actually. Like this is like a really interesting blog, whether it's like actual like politics, like serious information, or whether it's just something more like wellness or health or just pop culture or something more little lighthearted or fun. So I think you guys do a great job at that. And I can't wait to see where Her Campus goes in the future.
Thank you.
We're excited too.
Today Orlando, tomorrow the world.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Put that on our Instagram bio. Actually, I'm going to change it right now.
Beautiful. Well, I believe that is unfortunately all the time that we have today. Dang it. But my last question I want to ask, lay it all clear on the table for us. How can people join? You mentioned the meetings that you guys have. Are they, how does that sort of work in the structure? Like, where are these meetings? When do they happen? And you mentioned the link tree in the bio at the beginning of the semester. Just lay it all out cleanly for us. How can you get involved?
So we do have an Instagram and a TikTok. I would say go to our Instagram first, just Her Campus UCF, all one word, and you can go to our link tree, and that's where all of our applications are going to be. Like Kayden said, though, they're not open right now because they open every semester. So I think starting in like May, the ones for fall will be open.
Awesome.
So they can literally, every application will be there for every role. They can read about every role there. And yeah, we have meetings we try to do Mondays at like 4:30 to 6-ish. Sometimes it changes based on like room reservations. But that's usually when our chapter meetings are. And yeah, they can just apply there. And we're not very competitive either. Like we are, very like, we try to be a very entry level thing. Like I said, like if you don't have much experience, that's okay. We want to help you with that. We want to help you grow and learn. So it's not very competitive, but of course we just want to see like what your skill sets are. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we do like put people in other places because they can apply to a certain, like more than one role. So if we think that they're better in one, we're like, okay, let's put them here. But yeah, they can apply there and they open every semester. But we always post updates too. So definitely follow us.
Yeah, and we have a typical schedule. So typically we try to meet in the student union. And on
Yes.
Mondays we do 30 minutes, starts off with editorial, then 30 minutes for chapter, which means everybody in the club comes together. We talk about campaigns, mentor-mentee, upcoming events, and then our last 30 are specifically for each other committee.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, you hear that, people? You can now take off those night vision goggles and you can come meet them in person. You can also check out their applications to join sometime in May for the fall semester. Join, around the beginning of the semester and get involved with Her Campus. Also, check out their blog. Check out all the news articles, the pop culture articles, and start reading. So, thank you all so much for watching. You can continue following us at Night Vision at Night Vision Tonight on YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Bye.